Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all.
Are we on?
We are.
You didn't even warn me.
Oh, well, I mean, I also didn't even ask you to be a part of the image that we will change tomorrow.
Sorry, guys.
The
Hey,
cover
happy
photo
Sunday.
because someone was busy with her day job. Look at my hair. It looks like horrible in the camera. It actually doesn't look too bad in the mirror, but it looks horrible in the camera.
I don't
Also,
know if we tested the microphone.
I did. Me and Friday did.
Wow, okay.
Yes, yeah. I'm ahead of the game because she was doing the busy
Hey,
stuff.
Dana.
Hey Dana.
Hi, love.
Okay,
All
so I just have to make a confession.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready? We were looking at the shirt. It's like it's starting to get dingy, so I went on Amazon and I bought 3 more. I bought pink, I bought blue, and I bought white. I currently have cream and green, and I love these shirts. The only thing I don't like about them is that my arms are
very long.
very long. And so I like the shirt to come to here, but I have to pull it down to come to here.
Hi,
on
Trisha.
On a regular
hey, Anna.
basis.
Tina is here. Tina, we need an update for you, love.
I like
Erica, Debbie.
Hi, all of our VIPs here tonight.
That you got a whole new wardrobe.
A whole new wardrobe. Which is funny because I need to get rid of. Do you know that I went through?
Am I saying your name right? My kitty just had her babies this week.
Oh, congratulations!
Congratulations!
Yay to new kittens in the world. Sorry about my bra.
Robin, hello. Vanessa, Teresa, hello,
is Lindsay
you guys.
Here yet? Because I want to tell Lindsay, she'll be real excited. This is episode.
There's Lindsay.
Hola. Because this is episode number 69.
Oh!
69 in the house, which is Lindsay's favorite number.
We should be doing something more celebratory for this.
Well, we poured wine.
That's true.
I mean, not that we don't do that for everything all the time, but we'll call it celebratory wine.
Oh, where did y'all get that?
$6.99.
Speaking of shirts, where did y'all get that Cat's Nike shirt from the other night?
Yes. The Cat's Nike shirt. That is from Arm the Animals. Arm the Animals.
Yes.
We can make one ourselves, though, if you'd like to purchase from us. Lindsay.
Hey, Linz.
Hey, Linz. Let's
our designer happens to be here, so we'll just be like,
yes,
we have
let's
a
do
request
something
for a brand
similar.
new shirt.
I know we have an upside down.
Hey, Chris, what's the best dry food for my kitten?
We don't recommend dry food, especially for kittens, guys. When it comes to kittens, you really, really, really want to get them started early on a good quality, high protein, low carb, which all kibble is high in carbohydrates. So we want to get them on a high protein, low carb, moisture rich diet. So, let's just not do kibble. If we can, let's not do kibble. Let's do a wet food diet. Any wet food is going to be better than even than any dry food. So we are currently working with an amazing company who made the 2021 list, the 2020 list. That they have made the list of the top pet foods ever this year and for several years actually, and it's called Open Farm, and their sourcing is so incredible. Did you know you can go on their website and you can put in your lot number of the food that you get, and it will actually tell you what farm each ingredient came from, so you will know. They are transparent AF, which I love.
And no wonder they're called Open Farm,
right? So you guys can go to openfarmpet.com, and because we're working with them right now, they are offering you guys a 15% off discount using the code CATLADIES, altogether CATLADIES, altogether in caps, Cat Ladies. You guys can get 15% off Open Farm. So
hi, Linda and
check that out. Our cats love it. Love it. It's the only wet food. We feed a raw, species appropriate raw diet. But in the afternoons, oftentimes
babies get a little snack.
Oftentimes every day they get a snack, and sometimes it's just freeze dried food that we feed them, and sometimes it's wet food. Our littles really love the wet food a lot, so today they got another treat of Open Farm. So you guys can check that out, openfarmpet.com. That's right. Podcast.
Raw diet for the win.
Raw diet for the win. I'm telling you, our cats. Actually, you know what? We used Open Farm to get our cats to eat raw food when we were transitioning them, and for a long time afterwards. In fact, until COVID, we would mix a little bit of the open farm wet food into their raw food to entice them more. And that helped at first. And then we realized that when COVID hit and we stopped shopping a lot, which we're about to speak of. When the pandemic came, we stopped. We were like, okay, well, let's see if they'll just eat the raw instead of mixing in the wet. And they did. They ate it just fine. So we were like,
Charlie,
okay, they don't need that anymore, but
they
love it for an afternoon.
And Sam are here.
Shen and Sam are here. What? Oh my God, I feel so special.
I love you, Jamie.
They make our kitty crack pillows on our website at twocrazycatladies.com, TWO crazycatladies.com. And I'm telling you guys, it really is kitty crack. So we wanted to talk a little bit about.
Well, start the podcast.
How about we start a podcast?
Let's start the podcast.
Let's start a podcast.
Hang on.
Let's do it. It's number 69. It's number 69. Let's do it. Welcome to episode number 0069 of Back in the Closet with the Two Crazy Cat Ladies.
Well, that was a special intro.
You like that?
Yeah,
I mean, it's 69. It's Lindsay's favorite number. It's a lot of people's favorite number. I don't know why, but a lot of people love the number 69. So
yeah, Trap King is here. He's at number 69. Let's
go. So it's episode number 69. And I just realized that when I was setting it up on the computer, I was like, oh my God, it's 69.
I'm surprised you remembered. I mean, but how could you forget?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have to remember because I'm doing the podcast teasers during the week, so I'm typing it in. But so sometimes my memory works not super well today. Guys, we want to talk about a lot of things today, but we're going to go through everything really quickly. The title of this was "If the World Was Open, You'd Come Over," right?
I love that.
I know, I thought it was cute.
That was cute.
But
if you don't know the song, it's not
if
funny
the world was open, you'd come over, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, it apparently is. The world is open. And this weekend we attended none other than our favorite, our absolute favorite weekend of the year, every year, is CatCon. Now, CatCon is the biggest, best, first ever cat convention in the world. People come from all over the world to go to CatCon. It is normally held in LA or Pasadena, California. And we go every year. We put together a big U-Haul. We rent a U-Haul, put together a big production, and we drive out to LA and we do our cat convention. It is busy AF and really exciting.
It's a crazy weekend. If any of you guys have ever been to the in-person event, you know exactly what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. It is nonstop for 2 days straight, and it is extraordinary.
Yes, and last year, because of the pandemic, they started CatCon from your couch. They had the most beautiful platform, like literally the most user-friendly, the most amazing platform when it comes to virtual events. I don't think you can get better than this. I don't think you can get better than this.
There's all the platform is amazing.
All the areas where you can talk to each other, where you can post pictures of your cats, where you can, look, whereas normally we'll be at our booth and people come over and be like, can I show you pictures of my cats? And that's what we do. And then we'll be like, oh, let me show you pictures of mine. And then we just and then we talk about health and products and all the stuff and things.
It's a great show.
And this year, they decided to do it this weekend because tomorrow, which is Monday, the 19th of April, is National Cat Lady Day. And right. And I thought that was a great way to do this. But you know what? I think because the world is open, even though we don't know it.
We're not open yet.
We're not open, but
lots of people are just getting along with their lives.
Open, and so there weren't a lot of people. I think people are just like, why would we do virtual anymore? Everything's in person. I don't know. I could be really wrong, but it didn't seem as interactive this year.
I know it was. I think a lot of people were out having barbecues and
doing stuff.
Maybe going places, and it was a little bit slower than last year. It was still an incredible opportunity to all be together, and we got to meet some new people.
We held an after party, and we got to meet before we even showed up. There were 50 people there. It was so fun to be able to interact, meet people, the people that we've met, online on like
Virtually.
TikTok, and a new VIP that just joined was able to come. It was
exciting.
It was super exciting.
Yes.
And CatCon is still the best cat convention ever. So if you guys have a chance to make it to, he said the after party was dope. I love that. It was dope.
Yeah, I'm missing you at CatCon for the real CatCon too. I have a feeling that next year it's going to be back.
I think so. I'm pretty
up.
sure Super Zoo's happening this year.
I don't know. I still think that one's up in the air.
Is it? I mean, Lindsay said
Her Royal Highness Princess Pumpkin McGrumps is here. Hello.
Oh, yay. Hello. For those of you guys listening, we're also live on YouTube, which is why Adrienne's talking to random people.
Oh, yes. Sorry. They're not random people. They're
I mean random people that you don't know.
That you guys, people on the podcast cannot see.
Not random to us at all.
Right.
But
so it's interesting that everything is kind of shifting
to open up. And do you guys? How do you feel about that? I know you're upset about it.
Well, I'm an introvert, and I am living my best life like this
in quarantine.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. I do miss the in-person energy of events like this.
Yeah.
It's a totally different dynamic. And I feel like as an introvert, I really have to hop myself up on goofballs to get all my energy in the right flow for such occasions.
God, though. I can't wait until we have CatCon in real life again. Like, it is going to be
spoken like a true extrovert.
Epic.
It is going to be epic.
We now have a team. We've got Trish and we've got Lindsay. And we still have Liz, and it's like her favorite of it. She's not even a cat person. I mean, she has a cat, but she's not a cat person. It's not like cats are like something that she does or thinks about or anything like on a regular basis. I mean, yes, my sister.
She comes. She's been with us.
She thinks about her cat, but she doesn't think about other people's cats or anything like that. But she has been our financial and like our what do you call it, like biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
And literally flies out from Florida every single year to
Vegas. She could just fly out, meet us in LA, but no,
she flies to
for
Vegas.
all the crazy of renting a U-Haul and loading it up and driving across.
And drive this U-Haul to she flies to Vegas. She helps us load up everything. It is, and then she's at our booth working, helping people like with their cats. And we always go over like a brief overview of like on the way there. Remind me again
so
what
she
the
can talk
products
to
do, blah, 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 like, but she's amazing. She's amazing. And she's always there at our booth. And now we have like a party of 5.
How do you feel about
that a show? A party of 5? It used to be a show, a party of 5.
Oh my God. I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about the world opening up?
I kind of honestly feel a little bit like you. I think I've just become so accustomed to it not being open that I'm so comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And because it's still so unknown, right?
Well, it's still so
this
strange.
Vaccine's coming out. We just did a lot. We did a podcast about the vaccine not too long ago. We have opted not to do that because it's still experimental and we don't know what that's going to do. And so it's kind of like, my granddad just passed of COVID and it's just kind of like, I don't know. And so I kind of just want to stay hunkered down. I love the amount of money that we're saving.
We are saving a lot of money.
When we went out to dinner and spent an extraordinary amount of money a couple weeks ago.
Right.
For like the first time since October of last year. And
actually, we went out when my brother was here too. But it is strange. It's a different dynamic when you go out now, right? It's everyone's masked up. I really miss the seeing people's faces. I'm half deaf in one ear, and so lip reading. I did not realize how important lip reading was to me.
Yep.
And that's really, even when we have gone out to dinner and I know we get to take our mask off as soon as we sit down at a table and it seems like it's normal, except for the waiter that is masked up and you can't, I never understand what they're saying. Don't even tell me about the specials.
And I'm getting more and more deaf every day too. And the masks and the masks are, our little, yeah, it's a little bit like, I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
One
more time. Okay, let me repeat that
Really
back to you.
enunciate.
Did you just say that your camel was going over the hill to a scallop? Like,
right.
like I don't know.
It's still strange, and I do think it's still so much unknown. What I am excited about is that I do like the thought of the world opening up. I don't like, we still have our groceries delivered. We still have everything delivered. We go to the post office twice a day, and that is literally a drive-through. We get to drop it, right? So we're not going in and seeing people. On rare occasions, there will be something where I have to go to the grocery store because Instacart may not get it right or something like that. But for the most part, we've just it is our new normal.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm very excited about not being gone 9-10 hours a day to the office. I love being with the babies and you.
Oh,
I really enjoy your
me?
company. Yeah. Whenever I get to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I do enjoy it.
That's cool.
Yeah. It works out well. Some people that have lived together have not had such a pleasant experience.
That's true. Like the divorce rate was up.
Oh my God. One of my good friends married for 24 years. COVID took a toll.
Oh, wow. We don't actually like each other that much. I don't think this is working out. Yeah.
Rough.
Rough.
But things like CatCon, and I think that it's just kind of fresh because last year was a really exciting event. And this year was too, but it was much smaller, I think. It wasn't as rapid fire. I think that there were a lot of people that came last year that were a little like, hey, where is everybody? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that
amazing products.
There were
amazing
really
products
good
as always.
There.
Just is not as much of a turnout of people, but it's always a great opportunity to not just get exposure, but be exposed to people.
I think that's the same thing.
No. I mean, like, no, it's not. It's the opposite. Like, we get exposure or we are exposed.
Okay.
Right? I think I'm right. Our brains aren't working very well because we drank whiskey after our CatCon presentation. So let me tell you about.
We had the hung dumb going on.
Yeah, so we had a CatCon presentation yesterday. It was on. They asked us to speak on a specific subject. Usually, it's like, what do you want to talk about, and we'll throw out some ideas, or they'll be like 2019. It was like, let's just do some Q&A sessions, and that's our favorite because we don't feel like
there's no way to prep for it. It's just like,
that's
do
like,
your best and
come
forget
ask
the
us
rest.
your questions and let's see what we can go through. But this one was, they asked us to speak on losing a cat, like the grief, the process that you go through grieving the loss of a cat. And we were like, wow, we're like the happy cheerleader one. Like, they call us cheerleaders. We're the cat cheerleaders. Like, we're always just like happy, go. And we're going to be talking about grief. Like, but it is. It
was.
And so, you know, we've been through our fair share of loss, you know? So it was kind of, it turns out that I think it was the perfect subject for us. And Susan is very smart. Susan is the founder of CatCon. She's super smart. And I guess she knew that because people came back and they said that. They were like, you guys were the perfect people. You're like always just bubbly and happy and whatever, spreading joy. And you guys were the perfect people to talk about that subject. So I think it turns out that it was a good
I think it was,
for us to talk about, but it was hard. I was like, I'm always I don't cry.
Yeah, she cries like once every 3 years, but I think you used up your.
But I don't cry. My love,
baby girl.
Oh, my love.
Hi. We have a visitor. For those of you on the podcast, just so you know.
You probably just heard her meow, but we. Chirp, my love, my love. But so we were able to share kind of the experience that we went through. And it's so interesting going to the grief subject. Like, it's so interesting how, you know, you go through it, it happens. It's hard. it's not easy. Some of us grieve for a long time, depending on the situation, depending on the cat, depending on whatever. Some of us grieve for a long time. Some of us grieve for a short time and then just jump into, I was the one, I think I noticed this with Scott specifically, it was just like, get back to work, like sad, cry, go through it, get back to work. Let's just stay busy. Staying busy is like easier for me than like moping somewhere, crying. Moping sounds like a derogatory word, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. But like, instead of like just, sitting there and crying, it's like, okay, let's just get back to work. Let's do all this stuff and things.
You like to be busy.
I like to just keep myself busy.
Yeah.
So I forget what I'm saying now.
Well, the thing is that traditionally when we've lost a cat, one of our babies, we will drink whiskey.
Oh, okay.
And
let's do that.
I'm just bringing it back to what started the topic, which was the fact that we had too much whiskey last night, as Lindsay well knows. So that has made for a little bit of a.
So yeah, we didn't lose a cat yesterday, but we drank whiskey because of that situation. Because we were talking about grief. So we drank whiskey. Oh, what I was saying is that we've been through these situations, and so we got to recap the situations. By recap, I mean like recap, I guess. Bring back and tell everybody the stories of like how we dealt with the grief and the different situations that we went through over the loss of our cats, over our last three cats that we have had to grieve the loss of. And we were talking about that, and it triggered so much, like, it's like it all came back.
Grief
it's like
never really goes away.
Like, it's correct. It's like you're immediately sad again. You're like, I even cried, and that's what the story was. I don't cry. And I thought that she would be bubbling because like tears.
By bubbling, she means blubbering.
Blubbering. There you go. Yeah. She would be crying because she cries at a Folgers commercial, and I would be the one that's holding it together and doing the presentation and making fun of her for crying or whatever. Like, I figure that's kind of how it would go, because that's kind of mechanism. It's kind of how we go. But it was like, it hits you and you're like, a live presentation, it was kind of like, oh, okay, we can't edit that out. I'm gonna cry. But it is. I think it's important for us to go like have those stories, talk about those.
One of the big
stories
things that we were able to talk about yesterday was the fact that the cat community is really, and we've known this for a long time, the cat community is really full of the most beautiful, empathetic, considerate, compassionate people, and that has been a great source of healing for both of us. Yeah. Especially when we lost Mr. Biddles last year. And I think that we have a lot of people that reach out to us that say, things like, you don't even need to reply, but I know you would understand. So I wanted to share, like, it's important for us to get it out. And I think there is a difference because we're all living in a dog's world. I think there is a difference. I noticed this at work myself, and I know a lot of you guys have mentioned it too, that when you lose a cat, it's like, okay, let's get back to work. And when you lose a dog, it's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I heard about your dog. Are you okay? How are the kids? Like,
take the day
what's
off.
Going on? Right? Like, they understand that, hi, baby girl. They understand that dogs are a family member, and they don't necessarily understand that with cats. So I think a lot of us cat people, when we're going through the grief, feel like we have to be quiet about it, or that we can't really.
I have a voicemail of somebody I have to call back tomorrow.
Did
you listen to that with me? And
she just lost her baby this morning.
She just lost her baby. It was yesterday morning, but she just lost her cat yesterday morning, and she was talking as if, and especially after the presentation, like, I was really like kind of channeling her, listening to her voicemail, talking about, I still don't even know how to comprehend this, or it's kind of like, oh well, I lost a cat, okay, so I should keep going. And she's like, I'm not quite sure. She wasn't crying, she wasn't like, I lost my cat. It was like, so she passed away early yesterday morning or early this morning when she left the voicemail, and I would just like to know A, B, and C, and I'm still not quite sure how to even comprehend this or like handle this, or if I should be worried about, all these things. And it's like, that's how oftentimes we feel. It's like when you look at society, the world that's open says, maybe even for the most part, they say it. They don't say with words, but it's basically like, it's just a cat. Like, you just lost a cat. I mean, sure, they were close to you. Cool. I get it. But it's just a cat. Like, it's not like you lost your child, but it is.
I know. Even when we were
working, it is.
In the pet nutrition field, I remember when we lost Mama, It was like we took the rest of the day off, which I thought was a very unexpected thing. Audrey is sharing how that happened to her as well. It's especially when it's unexpected. It's a different kind of grief, right? But we went into work the next day, and one of the guys came in and was like, "Hey," and I was expecting there to be like this, sorry about your baby or something, whatever. And it was like, were you able to get those emails or what? Remember, it was like,
yep.
Wow, okay. Yeah, but if one of their dogs died, it was like, oh wow,
everybody
sends for the week.
Flowers.
You get
they're
flowers,
not going to be like, we'll just let it, like, all the condolences.
Yeah.
Like, it's
And I know that your wife was really close to your dog. How is she doing? She
Yeah.
able to take some time off of work? I know it's like, wow. So I think it was an important topic to cover, and I feel like, just talking about it is helpful.
It is.
Because it may, oh my God, and Friday knows, she's like, I'm here for you mamas. I'm here for you mamas. Because cats are they're even more intuitive than dogs in so many ways. And it is it's a huge void when one of them has to go.
Yeah. So that was our presentation at CatCon, and we ended the day yesterday, and then we had our after party, so that was cool.
And then we did jump off early because we had orders to pack and get to the post office before 5:00. So we didn't get to after party as much as we wanted to.
But we did.
Although we did come home and had a little too much whiskey.
Yeah.
So it really caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while since
yeah.
I didn't even think I had that much. I remember washing up and going to bed last night, but there are so many things I don't quite remember.
I know. I was like, do you remember the conversation with, and how did that?
No.
And then do you remember that?
No.
This is very vague
Rachel,
to me.
Yeah, this is Friday.
This is Friday, girl.
She said she's got a baby that looks just like her.
Yeah.
Or our Zorro. They're identical little twins.
Yeah, but she's a little bit more of a crazy lover when she gets excited about love.
It's so funny. Speaking of cats, though, and how they communicate, it's very rare that Friday is a lap girl. Yes, she loves to get her lovin's when she wants her lovin's. She's very, as you can see, she's very clear about when she wants her lovin's. Zorro is usually the lap cat. He'll come up and just curl up in my lap.
He sleeps with us at night.
Yeah. But I wish all of our babies were lap cats. Oh my God, can you imagine if Pooh Bear was a snuggler?
She's a kitty back rider. She just like I did that when I was coming up to set up for the podcast. She was like chirping at me and jumped up on my back and needed the kitty back ride.
Yeah.
And so I was like walking around and trying to set up the live with one hand. But she's a lover. She's a lover. All of our babies are lovers.
Hey, so Lindsay said, the issue was that we kept topping off. # God bless. Yeah, last night was the first time that we got to hang out with Lindsay, like just us and for Lindsay. A minute without something going. It was like
without other people around
going on, and without working.
Or building something or whatever. We were actually just like sitting and hanging.
We were looking at palm trees and how fake they look in the sunlight, but they are real.
I'm glad you said real, because in that is
real.
Wow.
God bless indeed.
God bless.
Right,
yeah.
So
we were trashed.
A lesson that we have relearned once again.
Yeah.
Do not over imbibe.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Anyway.
So if the world were open, is the world open?
is, my world is not officially open. I'm expected back in the office on June 1st. So I think that's when it will start becoming
that's a month and a
real
half.
To me.
That's a month and a half.
Yeah. I know the countdown is on. Countdown is on. And I'm not used to it. I really feel like, and if there are any introverts here, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Like there's a finite amount of energy. And I know for a fact that Jay knows this as well. I use up all of my energy just being around people. It's just like,
yeah, it's like at CatCon, right? Like she is like, no one would know from meeting her that she's an introvert at all, right? She is like the most,
because it's very exciting,
and she is very excited. She's very present
in the moment,
she's very present. She's very excited. She's very all the stuff and things, and she loves every bit of it. And then the second that the CatCon is like done, we go back to our hotel room. She's like,
I need a minute. I need a minute.
Like, don't talk to me, please. Like, I just need to. I can't.
But it's like a sponge, or I don't know exactly how to describe it, but introverts will understand. It's like after being around people, like I just need some quiet and I need to refuel. Refuel. So
and it's like, okay, you got 15 minutes, then we're going to an after party. So get your shit together.
Eric, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Introverts unite. Yeah, I'm a little concerned because I know that there's so many things that I get to do working from home that I use my energy on in whatever
I know.
capacity.
I'm worried about that too.
So it's going to be an adjustment for me, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be adjustment for us in general.
And the babies.
Like I have to go back to like doing inventory and try to figure out like your database.
No, I'm just going to have to get up at 5 a.m. every day.
No, but that's not going to happen. So it's like, it's so like, and you were like that with work. She would go into the office every day. We would text and everything would be like, yay, because she'd be at this heightened level of like happiness, like everything's cool. But then she would be drained by the time she comes home. And I'm like, oh my God, let me tell you about what happened with the crazy cat ladies today. What happened with our business? And she'd be like,
I'm listening.
Did you just say something to me? And I'm like, okay, never
Putting
mind.
it in the queue. I love it.
I don't want to go back to that.
Debbie said, I totally
don't
understand.
want to go back to that.
Charlie said, introverts unite separately in your own homes. I love it. But I love it when we can all be together. It's just not something I'm probably going to be used to, for 9-10 hours a day, Monday through Friday. It's going to be an adjustment. So we'll figure it out.
Or not.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe we just don't do that.
Maybe we don't.
Maybe we don't do that. We figure it out. We figure it. We can figure anything out, right?
Always.
Always. Women power.
We can get through anything. So it's
absolutely,
for the love of God. I mean, it's not like it's a big. It feels like a big deal because I've had this year of this totally different reality that has been really beautiful in so many ways. I mean, I know that there's a lot that has been tough. I mean, your granddad just passed of COVID. It's not like this is all happening just because, right? Like COVID is a situation. So, but yeah, we'll get through whatever it is.
Yeah.
Always do.
We always do.
Yes, loud.
Okay, guys, that's going to wrap up this podcast.
That's going to do
We're going to be live on Facebook because it's Sunday night at 6 p.m.
About 45 minutes from right meow, y'all.
Yes. So come join us. We're going to be talking about our cat tips for this week and drinking some more wine. So we love you guys so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for hanging out, you guys.
We'll see you soon.
Happy Sunday.
Yes.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.